What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark Survival Evolved. My name is Splattercat, happy to have you here today as we hang out in the jungle for a little while longer and touch some dinosaurs as tenderly as possible. I don't actually know what we're going to do in this episode. I was talking about that in the stream where we've kind of reached the point in our playthrough right now where I'm not like running out of things to do necessarily, but it's becoming difficult to think of things. But I wanted to finish our perimeter fence over here. I don't know if people enjoyed that episode or if they thought it was boring, but I kind of want to finish building. I got a whole bunch of supplies and materials all built up here at the base, except for stones, and so unfortunately I just don't have the stones to get the job done, which means that I will have to outsource and find somebody else's stones and then attach them to myself. Still, nonetheless, my tools are worn out right now. My tools have had way too much wear and tear. Yeah, don't give me that look. I have multiple tools. Some people have one, some people have multiple. I have multiple. It just happens to be a thing. Let's go ahead and repair those real fast before we head on out. I'm happy to have you here today, though. Very, very stoked about jumping back into Ark. I actually gave it like a week off. I haven't played the game in a while. I've been actually trying because I've been overplaying the game. I've got like 90 hours, 100 hours played now, and so I'm starting to hit that burnout period where I know like at any moment I'm just going to be like, never again, and I'll just like delete the game and never play it again. And so I've been taking it very, very smoothly because I still wanted to play it on the channel. Why do I only have 3 rifle bullets? 53, okay. I was going to say, I spent an entire stream the other day making bullets. That's like all we did is we worked on making bullets the entire stream. I should probably also fix my shoes. You know what, let's fix everything in here because it's all looking rather worn and torn. Let's go through, that's just the past tense of wear and tear, I guess. We'll go through all of these right here. It's going to take us just a second to get them fixed. I don't know if I have enough chitin. I may have to go to all my random little killy monsters and see if I can... Yeah, it looks like I'm out of chitin here. Alright, so I guess we're running around nude for a second. Let's go see if I can pick some chitin off a couple of my amigos. There's one right there. I typically just go to all my little bruisers that hang out with me while I run around the fields and plains. And they usually have like 6 or 7 chitin on each of them. I bet Gash Nasty. That's the one, if I had to wager, Gash Nasty almost always has exactly what I need because he just accumulates crap over time. Let's see here. 14 chitin, see? You got what I need. Because you aren't my dino friend. Okay, so let's go over here. We'll check the raptors too because I'd rather get all those aggregated right now rather than later. The materials for making the fence aren't actually that bad. It just takes 10 stone per section, so I think we should be able to get that done pretty quickly. Yup. Kitty's over here just having a conversation with the raptors. Ardent, very, very aggressive conversationalists, the saber-toothed tigers. They enjoy conversations about just about anything you can think about, but you would never know until you ask them. Most people think that they're all about biting and chewing and ruining and destroying. No, pretty pleasant to be around. I need to give you guys a little bit of food. They've been sitting here for like a week, and I haven't taken them out at all. During the last stream, I took them out, but unfortunately, I've been using the raptors much lately because I've been trying to get the saber-tooths leveled up. They're both sitting right now. If you wanted a little status check, he's at 1,500 health, and this one over here is at 600. So unfortunately, I still need Flash Nasty to level up a couple more times. I think 3 more level ups would be good enough for Flash Nasty to actually be a non-worry in combat, or I guess be a non-issue worrying about that cat dying in combat. Still, haven't gotten around to it. I'd probably like to pick up another Carnotaur or 2. I don't know. I've got kind of a Vanguard thing going on right now, but either way, let's stay on task here, otherwise we'll never get anything done. I got to, yep, chitin, so we throw that on in there, and we should know, don't drop my shirt. It's very, very fragile. It'll break, as it broke when something bit me through it. Anyways, let's make some leggings, obviously, to gird the legs right there, and then we'll get the gauntlets all nice and taken care of. Should probably repair my bow while I'm down here, too. I don't tend to use it very often, but when I do, I'd kind of like it to not be in pieces, so there it is. Let's throw all these onto our body now. That should last us a bit. Honestly, the armor doesn't break that often in this game unless you're taking way too many hits anyways. I actually got bit bunched by a piranha, unfortunately. That's what broke my armor, is that I was trying to tame a megalodon, which was successful, by the way. Well, semi, okay. I have a megalodon right now. That's what I'm going to say, but he's way the hell off on that. See over there, like that little jut of land over there? He's stuck in the mud in that little jut over there, and I still haven't figured out how to get him out. We'll go visit him at some point during the next couple episodes and see if we can get it taken care of. The quest for a megalodon, but I didn't even name him because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get him out of the mud over there. He's stuck like there's this little drop off, and it exists in real life where it's called the continental shelf. I wouldn't call it that in this game because it's not nearly big enough, but anyways, there's like a shelf, and so as the land ends, it drops off into the sea. That's what he keeps getting stuck on. So my options are that I can either swim in the ocean all the way down where there's tons of other megalodons and just hope that my megalodon decides to protect me, Because if I try and walk on the land, he constantly gets stuck. So anyways, I'll figure out a way to get him back over here in a minute. I tried flying. I've tried just about everything to get him unstuck, and unfortunately, he seems to be over there. What do we need to do right now? Oh, yes! We needed to rocket. We needed to rocket for right now. I think that what I would like to do is we'll just pick up the random stones that are around here. There we go. So a couple of stones. I'm going to take Lash Nasty with me, actually. I think Lash is exactly the dino we need for this job. Lash is a little bit slow, like, and I don't mean like intellectually. He's not slow. He's not in the special kids class. He's just very, very slow to get around. And so while I would like to take him on more excursions, the real truth of the situation is that Lash, it's actually easier to put him in follow mode and just have him follow you, rather than, because he can infinite sprint if he's just behind you, but if you're riding him, he doesn't have infinite sprint, and so unfortunately, we need to gather up, I think, about 100 stones, well, maybe even more. I mean, we're going to need a lot of stone to get this done. I looked for a wood fence, but it didn't appear to have one. It was kind of a weird situation where I expected there to be wood fencing around, and then there just wasn't, and so I just went straight for the stone fence, I guess, and it appears as though that's one of the first fences that you can get. Either way, if you're looking to get some fencing done, this is the episode for you. I'd also like to get a couple more additions made to our base. I would love to train this Bronto over here at some point. I don't know if I have enough trank arrows. I'd probably have to make a couple more. I don't know which, actually, I'd probably get this one right here. I don't know, maybe, actually, the way that I think about it is maybe I'd be able to sit on the bluff up there and shoot that Bronto over there without him being able to retaliate. Just little questions. Was I just riding the tail right there? Ride the tail. Okay, I don't want to do that anymore. That's kind of scary. I don't know if I could ride a Brontosaurus's tail. We got ourselves some of those. I almost said medieval. We got ourselves some prehistoric carnival rides right here. Ride the Brontosaurus's tail. It's just as safe as the zipper. And I'm like, oh my god. The zipper is the worst idea ever. I went to the carnival a little while ago, and I didn't go on the zipper. I went on this thing that was like an octopus, but it had like these little arm twisty things, but like the adult version. And so it was an odd little machine. Basically, it looked like an octopus with arms sticking out all over the place, but then it rotates and like flips upside down and whatnot. I went on that, and I went on a couple other rides. I just don't do the zipper. The zipper is just not comfortable for me. That is a ride that I feel like it will break at any given moment. That ride does far too many functions, and it spins in way too many directions for me to trust the fact that it was built by, you know, a guy with a screwdriver who was more than likely baked out of his mind on Oxycontin. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it at all. So anyways, I like carnival rides. I think that they're fun, but the zipper is just one of those ones that I don't like to tempt fate like that. It's sort of like going on a plane flight. Like, it's the same reason that I don't like flying. It's just you're tempting deities. There's no reason. You're daring the universe. That's all you're doing. Like, if we were meant to fly, my ass would be made out of helium balloons, and I would have wings in there somewhere. But I don't. That's the weird thing, is that I don't. And so I've been led to believe I'm not supposed to fly. I'm also not supposed to be whipped around at 1,000,000 miles an hour at whiplash velocities inside of a weird metal cage. And so, you know, I feel very nervous about it. I feel nervous about it. I don't like how complicated that ride is, mixed with the fact that the person that built it, I can't, like, shake his hand and look into his eyes and not see any redness. I did have a funnel cake, though, when I went to the carnival. Girl that made it for me. Funnel cakes. If you don't know what a funnel cake is, because I don't think they have these globally. Every time I talk about funnel cake, somebody raises an eyebrow and they're like, what's that? So anyways, a funnel cake is you just take pancake batter. That's all that it is. You take pancake batter and then you fry it in oil. You just take it and it comes out of like a little, you know, I don't know if you put it in a funnel. Well, you do put it in a funnel. That's why it's called a funnel cake. But anyways, you take like a baggie like you use for spreading around icing on top of a cake if you do like cake decorations. And then what you do is you take that and you attach it to a funnel, and then you kind of just like funnel the batter into boiling oil, and it fries it like that, and then you end up with this weird little brain-shaped kind of cake, and then you put like powdered sugar or whatever else on top. It's a very, very common carnival food. They tend to have it at carnivals, they tend to have it at fairs, things like that. How many stones have I picked up so far? Are my stones looking good? We got like 115, and I think it takes 15 per. We needed 15 per. And so that means we're going to need at least, oh my god, this is going to be quite the project, isn't it? Okay, well anyways, I'll finish my funnel cake conversation, then I'll make a cut and I'll do the rest of this on camera or off camera. But actually, I should probably mine some of this out too. I need some more flint. I need way more spark powder, so that we're all out of gunpowder right now. And that makes me very, very nervous because I have no location from which to acquire more bangs and booms for my pipe rifle. So anyways, I'm pretty sure the funnel cake that I had was made with the power of Klonopin. She was baked out of her mind when she was not. Then again, she makes funnel cakes all day. I don't know if I could do that job without being baked out of my mind all day either. But her speech was super slurring. I don't know. They don't do a very good job at vetting carnival employees. I don't know if they do that everywhere else, but here in California, carnival employees are so sketchy, like so ridiculously sketchy. Like some of them can barely stand up, let alone like accomplish the job that they've been assigned. And it really makes you worry because they're in charge of like a giant piece of, like in the case of the rides, they're in charge of a giant piece of machinery where they control how fast or how slow it goes. And that worries me. It makes me feel very, very nervous about my long-term survival prospects. So anyways, this would go a lot faster if I would use my axe, wouldn't it? Alright, let's use the axe for a little bit. We'll still get flint. Oh, and we went through that rock quick. So anyways, I'll probably hang out over here for just a minute. This was just kind of like an introduction to the, I almost said an introduction to the level, but an introduction to the task that we're undertaking right now. I think that I'd like to open it on up, and I'm going to gather stone for about 20 minutes on my own. I'll come back once we have enough of the fence, and I will see you all there. Alrighty, so it's another bright and shiny day here in Ark. It looks like we're heading on back to base. I had to spend a little bit of time. Lash Nasty got stuck in the collision of the earth, so I had to throw him into ghost mode. If you're actually wondering how to do that, like if you have broken dinosaurs, in fact, I'll show you right now. So what had happened with Lash Nasty is he went over there and he gotten stuck. You see those little fern frond things on the ground? For whatever reason, he had gotten stuck halfway in the ground and halfway out of it. The way that you would fix that is you have to have cheats enabled. That's the only way that this works. I always play with cheats enabled because it happens so frequently that I'm constantly putting my dinosaurs in no clip mode and having to fix them. So anyways, if you wanted to do that, you just type in ghost. And if you type in ghost with cheats enabled, you'll be able to walk through clipping planes and whatnot. Now here's the important part that most people don't know about. How do you get out of ghost mode? You type in walk and that should fix it. So if you end up having, I figured I'd give you guys some advice as well along the way, just in case you're playing single player alongside me, getting used to the game. I am constantly having to use cheats in order to fix my dinosaurs because they are constantly stuck. It is just all the time for me. I think that for a 2-hour play session, I would almost guarantee that 4 or 5 times a dinosaur is going to get stuck. It's just part of the game right now. And it's one of those things that really, really needs to be worked on by the development team. I'm hoping that they got it on their radar because the stuckiness of the dinosaurs is definitely one of those things that tends to get under my skin, make me very, very frustrated. So what I needed to do right now is I think I have some wood stockpiled in one of these crates. I don't know which one. But in one of them, I've got some wood in here. And what's that going to take us? We needed some thatch as well. Ooh, Lash, you're coming all the way up here with me. Yeah, okay. So do I have any thatch? Or is that... Oh, I've got plenty, I think. I mean, I should have some, I hope. If I don't, this is going to be a real short trip. Let's go ahead and take all that. And what I want to make right now are some stone fence foundations. As many as we can whip up. I think we'll probably need about 20 of them. I don't know exactly how proficient this is going to be. There's a wooden fence right there. No. Oh, balls. Hold on. I would like... Here, clear our crafting queue real fast. Don't waste any more of that. That's a foundation right there. Let me take... Where is the fence at? Like, where is the fence itself? Like, where is that a thing at? Because that was dumb of me. So anyways, let me go through here real fast and figure out where the fence actually is, if there even is a fence. But I see wood... Okay, so I got wooden doors. I see wooden frames. I see stone foundations. Running through here, there's a metal spike wall. However, I don't see any fence posts anywhere. I'd figure it'd be lower level because there's wooden wall right there. You'd think it would be somewhere around here. Is an Ichthyosaurus saddle? Well, why don't I have that? Hell yeah, let's get an Ichthyosaurus saddle. I think I saw an Ichthyosaurus the other day. It looked like kind of like a dolphin tuna. I don't know. I called it like a Daltuna, or I'm sorry, a tufa, or I don't even know what you would even call it. Let's see here. A Dolfuna. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't see the fence anywhere in here. Strangely enough, I don't see anything that looks like a fence. All I see is fence frame. And so, do you put fence frame on top of fence foundation? Like, let me take a look here. We'll play around with this for a second, because obviously I'm having some malfunction here. But I've got some fencing right now. Let me see. Let me see if this will actually... So do you need two... You take the foundation and put it on top of the other one to make like another fence thing? Or how does this work here now then yet? No, that don't do it none. See, that right there seemed to work pretty good. So why does that work when it attaches to the side right there? But it won't attach to the foundation itself. What if I put that right there Then will it attach right here? Huh. What a weird thing. Because there's a foundation attached, unless the foundation has to come off of it. Would be the only other thing I could think of. And the placement is kind of finicky. Like, the placement does not like it with the... Well, this may have been just like a waste of an episode, wasn't it? Well, damn. I don't know how to fix that. That's very, very weird. Let me play with it for a minute. I'm gonna look at the wiki, too, because the fences appear to be... Okay, so apparently you put walls on top of this. I had thought that there's a difference between a wall and a fence, but the game apparently does not think... You know what? By the way, I'm gonna loot you real fast. Just as long as you're okay with it. Can I have your stuff? Do you have anything? Oh, you got a pike and another water jar recipe that I don't really want. I'm going to go ahead and drop that so that it gets rid of that beacon that's in the middle of my base. But anyways, I guess that you put this down and then you put walls on top of it. That wasn't the way that I thought about it, because a fence and a wall are two distinct objects. I thought that I was going to have like a little picket fence around my dino area. Keep it nice and cute, because there's no people around here. Nobody's going to hurt me or do anything. And so, obviously, I did this completely and totally wrong. So I suppose what we need to do then... Wasted a whole bunch of materials while I was at it, too. I suppose what we need to do then is let me get all the stone off of this guy. It will be useful. I can use all this stone for making spark powder instead. That's what I'll do with it. We do need spark powder. So anyways, explosives are coming. I'm going to take this over here. There we go. And so now that we've got that lined up, the next thing that I would need is, I suppose I'll just take the wooden walls that I have in here. Yeah, I was going to say, I think I have a couple of wooden walls. I don't think I have a lot of them, but I think I have some. And I guess we just take these and put these around the dinosaurs on the fence foundation instead. I could also make stone walls out of that stuff and upgrade some of my base, but I don't think I will. I don't know. I'm not that worried. Yeah, okay, so I guess it makes like a little fence like so. Wasn't really what I was looking for, but I guess it'll work. Not completely and totally enamored. I wanted a picket fence. I'll be honest with you. I was pretty stoked about having a picket fence. I was like, oh, it's going to be perfect. It's like the little American suburban dream right now. Alright, what's going on right here? How is that wall obstructed? Oh, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Man, I might have to leave a hole in the fence. That would suck. Still, I guess it would work. I mean, let's put it right there real fast. It appears to me as though we'll demolish this. It looks like maybe that foundation did not connect properly. Where are my stone foundations at real quick? Did I bring those with me? Okay, so there's my stone foundations. Let me see if I can get this fixed here. It looks like these two aren't attached, would be my guess. And so unfortunately the building... I could put that down right there, but I can't promise. Yeah, it's not attached. It didn't count as attached. Makes me wonder how many more times I made that mistake when I was walking that way. Because now we've got like a nasty little hole right here. I don't really care because it needs a gate anyway so that I can get in from this side. And then I'm going to put one on that side too. So that works out. That works as like a little back door. I'm not going to complain about it. It's workable. But at the same time, it's definitely not what I was going for. So we need more wall spacings. We need a lot more wall spacings. And unfortunately, those are really, really expensive. So with the rest of the episode, I think what I'd like to do for right now is... That's a tough call. That's a very, very tough call. I think that what I'd like to do for right now, I don't want to finish. See, what I try not to do is I try not to... With the walls, what's going to happen here is when we go to build these wooden walls, unfortunately, they are quite expensive. And so it's going to eat up all that wood that I farm. It takes us 40 per... And then we have, right now, it looks like I have enough for maybe... like 5 walls. I mean, this game is very, very resource hungry. Like, it takes a lot of materials to do anything for some reason. And so, building a simple wall is not so simple as it sounds. I think instead what I may consider doing... I'm going to need to put this pike with my go bag. Hold on here. Put that in there with the rest of it. Okay, so we got that taken care of. I think the next thing that I'd like to throw my lot in with... For people that don't know, it means to throw dice, I guess. I don't know, they called it casting lots back in like the biblical days. It means that you throw dice or whatever. That's what like casting your lot is, I guess. It doesn't mean that you're picking up like a parking lot and throwing it at somebody. That would be impressive. Obviously, that's like Herculean feat. Still, there we go. What do I want to do with my time now? Well, what we could do with our time now The caves are bugged, so we can't go into the caves. I think it might be a decent idea to get back out there, and we don't have a Sarcosaur, so I'd like to get one of those. We also don't have... Let's go investigate our shark. Let's go investigate our shark and see if we can get our Megalodon back to base, because I'm having trouble thinking of anything else that's really going to be a whole lot of fun to mash out right now. I think he's over... Did I leave you on follow mode, by the way? I hope that I did not. Who leveled up? Oh, good. You leveled up. Shiggity schwa! All ready to go. Shiggity, I'm going to have you... Oh, Shiggity's out of food, too. Shiggity is a very hungry dinosaur. No joke. Shiggity goes through food like crazy. Oh, I needed to leave food cooking, too, so that when we come back, we will actually have... I'm almost out of food. I don't know. When you spend time at the warmer climes or the colder climes, you tend to run out of food very, very quickly, especially in the cold ones. The warm ones make you dehydrated rapidly. There's 2 meat right there. Let me get the charcoal out. I'm going to need that for gunpowder as well. Throw the charcoal up in there. I'm going to need like maybe a half a stack of wood. And then once we got the half stack of wood, we'll throw this up in there. And then we'll get some food cooking. There we go. So when I come back, it'll have a nice 20 stack for me, because I had a 40 stack, but it rots so quickly that I'm going to go for stam on you, little buddy. Help you fly around a little bit better, because I don't like it when you run out of stamina. So if I could hold down sprint the entire time, makes my life a whole lot easier. I did get another eagle, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I got Cheeky Beaky and I got Freaky Beaky right now, and they're kind of like my airline escort, I guess. They make sure that nothing bad happens to me while I'm out in the field on top of my Pteranodon. You got to make sure, though, if you're going to do what I'm doing right now, I had some mix-ups there. You got to be very careful about the fact that if you leave the Pteranodon on defensive mode, he'll go out and he'll fight alongside the eagles, and then you got the chance that the Pteranodon will die. So watch out for that while you're in the hood. Yeah, that's actually working out pretty well for us right now. We're able to sprint pretty quickly across the land. So the Megalodon should be over here somewhere. I don't know. I got him like part of the way back, but he doesn't like to be out in the shallows, and I don't like swimming out in the deeps. And so I'm a little bit afraid to bring him back home. I don't like deep water. It's scary. It's not something that I find to be fun. And then the other problem is I keep using my homie. Keep using Shiggity Schwa to get out here, and so unfortunately that means I gotta leave Shiggity Schwa out here undefended and not necessarily so easy to find. So the shark should be over here somewhere. I don't know, unless he despawned. He's been stuck, and so stuck dinos tend to despawn in this game. Dino? I don't see him. Maybe he was one further over this way. Possibly. We can go look real fast. I don't think he was this far away, though. I had a Megalodon out here, but he was stuck. So that's the thing you got to remember, is if you leave a dinosaur stuck... Oh, shit. I'm all out of stamina. That's not good. Well, let's bring this one back to shore. But anyways, what I was saying is if you've got a dinosaur that's stuck, don't log out of single-player mode if your dinosaur is stuck, because it'll despawn them when it respawns the dinosaurs. It is infuriating. So anyways, let's go back over here. I may have wasted like an hour taming that Megalodon or whatever, 2 hours. I don't know how long it took. It took a while, I can tell you that much right now. His food is going to go down really, really rapidly, and for every single stamina stack that he gets rid of, unfortunately, he goes through like almost an entire stack of food, so be careful about using your flyers. Your flyers are kind of a limited resource. So long as you can be out hunting and killing things, you can keep them fed, but still a little bit risky. Yeah, it looks like he despawned. Unfortunate, unless he's way over here, but I don't think that he is. I don't think that I was this far out when I tamed him. Should have thought about that. I left him, I don't know, I thought I left him in the water and unstuck. I just didn't feel like working with him anymore. What the hell is this over here? Some kind of like turtle gulch? What the hell is this supposed to be? You can fly underneath the archway, be like, sweet, flying so high and so free. Alright, well, got the Megalodon. Is that my Megalodon? No, that's not my Megalodon. Are you my Megalodon? There's a bunch of them stuck over here. See, even the AI gets stuck with those Megalodons. I don't know. It's a very, very difficult creature to keep around. I had one. I mean, if we look at my journal entries, I think that it'll have... Yeah, there he is right there. See, I did tame one in between episodes because I didn't want to waste your time with it. Unfortunately, it appears as though because he was stuck, we're not going to get him. We could also go look for an ichthyosaur or whatever. See if we can get one of those, a Dolphuna, and add that to our inventory. I think you just have to feed them meat or something like that. I don't think you have to tranquilize them. They're an odd creature, and I don't see them around. Wow, there are Megalodons everywhere over here. This would be like a really prime spot to get yourself a Megalodon if you could make it work, but they're all stuck. And so you'd have to figure out how to get them out of these little alcoves or whatever. Yeah. That's a rough one. The reason that we want a Megalodon right now, we wanted to get a Megalodon so that we could go into the underwater caves, which I assume are in some way distinguished and or better than the on-surface caves. I can't tell you whether that or not that's true. It's just kind of one of those weird things where maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not so positive. Either way, I think we've just about run out of time here today, so my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Ark. I realize it was a thrilling one. I'll try to get something fun for you in the next episode, but honestly, we're kind of running out of things to do in this game, so I'm thinking it may be time to exit from the series very, very shortly. Not sure how many ways I can keep it going right now, aside from just, like, farming out mobs. Like, basically what it comes down to is all the things that we have left to do take, like, 4 and 5 hours at a time to do, and that doesn't make for a very good filming process. So anyways, I'll see y'all later. Hi to everybody.